like to welcome to the commentary Josh Collmenter. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. You got a nice seat over here.
It's not bad, is it?
Yeah.
It's not bad. Mate, it's great to have you down under.
Yeah, I'm enjoying my time down here.
Tell us your story, how you got down to being in Auckland and playing for the Tuatara.
Yeah, so I was didn't really have any interest in the States. I threw for some teams in spring training this past year. Didn't hear anything back, so I wanted to keep playing.
And Reynolds gets another good swing on, and he's actually in fantastic form. And that's his second hit for the ball game tonight. Good young nuggety player.
Yeah, he's got interesting pants selection too.
That has been mentioned over here, and I'd almost say that you've got to set trends first, right? And he's certainly doing that.
He definitely is. He's going to stand out one way or the other. But yeah, that's two good at bats he's put together. Yeah, I was just looking to play internationally. I got set up with a guy who helps coordinate that, and he put me in touch with Ryan, and it just so happened Ryan was coming through Phoenix about 3 weeks later. So I met with him, and he laid out what they were doing, what they were trying to do, and it was perfect for me because it was these 10 weeks building up, and then hopefully get a chance to pitch in spring training, or at least pitch for some teams and see what happens. So it's kind of a perfect thing, and I've never played winter ball before either, so it was a chance for me to get to do that, to come see a little bit more of Australia than the chance I got when we got to play in Sydney a handful of years ago with the Diamondbacks.
So let's go back a step from that. You're from Michigan?
Correct, yeah.
And you were drafted in 2007 out of college in Michigan?
Yeah, I went to Central Michigan University for 3 years, got drafted out of there, and then spent a majority of my career with Arizona from 2007 through 2016. So that was really the only organization I knew. I got a chance briefly to play with the Cubs AAA team, and then a surprise trade at the end of the year to the Braves, and then finished out the 2016 season in 2017 with the Braves. So didn't move around too many teams, but got a chance to play for a couple clubs.
Making the big leagues is obviously everyone that pulls on a glove or a pair of pants or shoes dream. Just run us through. I always love to hear that story about how you were called up. How that went about.
Yeah, it was pretty neat. I was put on the 40-man roster, so I got to go to Major League spring training. So it was kind of nice because I knew coaching staff, the people who work kind of behind the scenes, and the players. So when I got called up, it wasn't meeting everybody for the first time, but I broke with the team in AAA. Had made one start, and we just got back from a road trip, and it was 9 o'clock at night, and the trainer kind of is the secretary of the minor league team, so he facilitates who's going and relaying all the information. And so he's like, I got a phone call you want to take. And so I was like, all right, it's going to be something news one way or the other. And my first manager in pro ball, Mike Bell, runs the farm system there, and it was him, and he was saying that I got the call up. And it was unique for me because I got called up to be in the bullpen. I had never pitched in the bullpen before, but they had their long reliever go down, and then after I got called up, looking back at my last meeting with our GM and manager, they said, don't be surprised if we even call you up in the bullpen. And I didn't think of that because I'd never pitched in the bullpen. So I was like, that's probably not going to happen. And then sure enough, so I got a chance to call my parents, wake them up, tell them the news, and then just frantically calling and texting people, tried to get a few hours of sleep, and they put me on the first flight to Phoenix. And just thought it was going to be a 15-day audition. And turned into a 6-7 year career, so it lasted a lot longer than I expected.
Absolutely. And the motivation's still there to play in the big league?
Yeah, I want to at least give it one more shot, see if I can get back. I love playing, it's so much fun, so it's kind of hard to turn that off. And that's the fun thing about what baseball's doing globally, is there's so many opportunities to play, whether it's in this league or even talking to some of my teammates that have played in European leagues, and obviously Asia with what they're doing, but there's so many opportunities to play, not just within the U.S. So baseball is becoming a global game, and it's fun to see as the teams on both sides have players from all over the place. And I had a chance to play against and with some of the Australians, but it's amazing how many baseball players they have come out of that country. And obviously New Zealand's trying to build a program, and with a population that small, it's not the wealth of talent, but they're doing a good job in developing some of the players. And Jimmy Boyce out there is one of the few Kiwi pitchers that they actually have. So those are hard to come by as well.
No doubt. Before we get off the call-up sort of thing, and you see players out here, and there are guys that have played the major leagues like yourself and some others in the league. There are guys that are on the way. There are guys that would love to be there. Is it far behind it? How are we going to judge that? What's the little difference between you getting a call-up and not?
That's a great question. I think for one, it's just consistency, and then you kind of do have to have a little bit of luck. And whether that's, a September call-up and you get, to showcase your skills, or, someone gets hurt or anything. I think for a pitcher, it's a lot easier because they go through so many arms with guys getting tired or getting hurt or things like that. But you really have to have a little bit of luck to get that chance. And then once you're up there, you got to make the most of it. Like I said, when I went up, they're on the DL for 10, 15 days, so that's like an audition. And got out there, was able to showcase what I could do through, some productive innings, and was able to stick. But it's not much. I mean, you see so many guys, and there's guys that get overlooked for whatever reason. Sometimes you have to be in the right organization, and you can go to anybody that plays baseball, and they'll tell you of a guy that probably wasn't that good that ended up making it, and then guys that were really good and didn't get a chance. It kind of goes both ways. But yeah, for me, I just wanted to consistently continue to get outs, and if I could do that and keep moving up the levels in the minor leagues, just keep being productive, at some point they either give you a chance or they send you to another team who's going to give you a chance.
So 7 or so years of service time in the big leagues, is that how it plays out?
Yeah, I think I'm just a little bit under 7.
At what stage in that did you get a chance to feel that you belonged, as we watched Edwards fly out to centre field to end the inning? So Boyce actually got out of that pretty well.
Yeah. I mean, after a couple of years, when all of a sudden you look around and you take on a little bit of a veteran role, and you can start mentoring some of the younger guys. And so it was interesting, and it seemed to happen almost overnight, where you go from learning the ropes, everything that goes into it, on the field, off the field, and having someone that kind of helped you, to all of a sudden you were doing that with some of the younger guys. And so once you get to that point, you know what to expect every place you go, and each time out, then you kind of start settling in. But each year, you got more and more relaxed, more and more relaxed, to where it just became habit what you were doing. But the first year, you're just so excited to go to all these different stadiums, all the different places. Each place is different, and then the next year coming back into spring training with like 1 year under your belt just made everything easier. And then each year after that.
And what do you got to advice-wise to people out there listening who have to have an understanding of the difference in probably the off-season work schedule too, and the fact that the better players generally are the harder workers as well?
Yeah, that's the biggest difference, especially going from college to professional ball, is there's no one there blowing the whistle or telling you have to work out, setting up the times. It's all on you. So you can tell right away, showing up for spring training, the guys that put in the work and did everything, and the guys that just, kind of slid through. And there was guys on both sides of the spectrum that just tried to slide through with their talent. And your talent may take you to the big leagues. You could be one of those just once in a generation type, but if you don't put in the work, you're not going to stay there. You might be able to make it, but you're not going to stay there and have any longevity. And so guys figure that out quick, and the team figures that out really quick. The guys that are going to put in the work, and you're with these guys every day. So from the strength coach to the trainers, to the manager and your position coaches, they know exactly what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. So you're not fooling anyone by telling them, oh yeah, I'm doing all this. Then they see exactly what you're doing. So